Gandhi had 4 protracted interviews, that means continuous interviews or lengthy interviews, with the Lieutenant Governor, who as a result appointed an official commission of inquiry. So Gandhi had 4 lengthy discussions with the governor, and the Lieutenant Governor appointed a commission to conduct an inquiry about the situation of sharecroppers. And the commission consisted of landlords, government officials, and Gandhi as the sole representative of the peasants. Gandhi represented the peasants, and the government officials were there in that commission, and the landlords. So the commission consisted of these people: landlords, government officials, and Gandhi. Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted period of 7 months, and then again for several other visits. And the visit undertaken casually on the entreaty of an unlettered peasant in the expectation that it would last a few days, but it occupied almost a year of Gandhi's life. Entreaty means request. So Gandhi stayed in Champaran continuously for 7 months, and after that he visited Champaran many times for shorter duration. And the first visit of Gandhi was on the request of an unlettered peasant. Unlettered means uneducated. Unlettered peasant. Gandhi expected that the visit would be for some days, but it engaged him for about a year. The official inquiry assembled a crushing mountain of evidence against the big planters. The commission, hope you remember the commission gathered large amount of proofs. The official inquiry assembled means gathered or collected, large amount of proofs against the landlords. And when the landlords saw this, they agreed to return money to the peasants, and they asked how much money they should return. The landlords thought that Gandhi would demand the refund of total amount which they had forcefully taken by cheating the peasants, which they illegally and deceitfully extorted from the sharecroppers. They thought that Gandhi would demand repayment in full of the money which they had illegally extorted, which they had deceitfully extorted from the sharecroppers. But Gandhi asked only half of the amount. And here we'll get to know about Reverend J.Z. Hodge, a British missionary in Champaran, who observed the entire episode at close range. This person, Mr. Hodge, was observing the whole incident in details, and he had written that Gandhi appeared determined or rigid in this case, thinking probably that he would not give way. The representative of the planters offered to refund to the extent of 25%. So Reverend J.Z. Hodge, the British missionary, a British missionary in Champaran, he observed the whole incident in details, and he had written that Gandhi appeared determined, or Gandhi was determined about the refund of 50%. But the representative of the landlords offered to refund 25% of the amount. The representative of the planters offered to refund to the extent of 25%. And he probably thought that Gandhiji would not agree to this small refund of 25%. Keep in mind. But to his amazement, to his surprise, Gandhiji accepted the offer. And this agreement was adopted unanimously by the commission. This agreement, this settlement of 25% was accepted by every member of the commission, unanimously by the commission, every member of the commission. Gandhiji explained here that why did he agree to 25% refund. Gandhi explained that through this agreement, the landlords were forced to give some of the money and their prestige. They had been obliged to surrender part of the money and their prestige also. According to him, this was more important than the amount of refund. So Gandhi agreed to 25% agreement because for Gandhi, or according to him, money was not important, but the important thing was that the landlords, the British landlords, had been obliged to surrender part of their money and along with it part of their prestige. Because earlier the peasants were convinced that the landlords were behaving as if they were above the law. That means whatever the landlord said was the law, the landlords thought, and the farmers were convinced. No action could be taken against the landlords. Now the peasants understood that they also had rights and defenders. They also had a person who would protect them. They had defenders and they had rights. Now the peasants realized, or they understood. And the peasants now became courageous. After this incident, the peasants realized that they understood their potentiality, or they understood that they had rights, they had defenders, and now they became courageous. And this incident, this event justified Gandhi's position. And within a few years, the British planters left their estates or left their land. The peasants became owner of their land, and the sharecropping did not exist now. Thus, indigo sharecropping disappeared. So, Gandhi came to Champaran to give justice to the sharecroppers, and this happened. And he fought. Now we got to know that how did he fight against the British landlords, how did he and the lawyers and as well as the peasants collected documents against the British, how did they protest, and finally the British landlords agreed to refund the payment. And thus indigo sharecropping disappeared from Champaran.